Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, students in my Python class. I thought I'd send out a short video log about the IDE that you will be using in this class. The IDE that was selected for this class is having some problems, so I thought it would be better, since some of you are definitely going into programming, to introduce you to a professional version. Now, none of this costs money, so pay attention, because I do not want you to select anything that you have to pay money for. This is all free. And as professional programmers, this is one of the IDEs that is really popular and big out there. So you'll see a lot of professionals using this. Now, they do have many other IDEs out there, integrated development environment, but I want you guys to use one directly for Python. An IDE is just an environment where we do our coding, programming, and it helps us pick out errors and problems that we may have. So I want you to sit back, watch this video, and also pay attention to how I install the particular one I want you to use. Now, the problem arises when you first go to module 1 and you try to set up the IDE for the class. When you click on this link right here to set it up, we run into a particular problem. And that problem is that when you go to this particular folder, you will not see anything in there. And that's okay. We're not gonna panic. The one thing I want you to understand is I've been teaching for Ivory Tech for 20 years. So any problem that can come up, I can deal with it. It's multiple professors out here that teaches programming. I am one among many, but any problem that come up, just know that I will solve it for you. So don't worry about this one that you didn't actually get, because I am going to give you a better one. Now, of course, this was Jupyter Notebooks. It's an IDE that you can use, what we like to say is on the fly. If you really want to just start programming, you can use that. But the real programmers, the ones who really into it hardcore, they use this one I'm about to show you. But I'm also going to show you another IDE tomorrow when we meet up. It's a quick, fast one, but I would rather you use this one, because if you're going to be a serious programmer, you can use this one. Now, there are better ones out there too, and whatever you already have, because I see some of you already producing the code, whatever you already have, stick with what you have. But for those individuals who don't have anything, I'm going to give you the professional version. So the first thing you need is go to this website. And don't worry about any links. I'm going to actually send the links with this video log. This is Python website. And the reason this link is important is because this link will gear towards the operating system that you have on your computer. So the problem with that previous IDE and why it has so many problems, we don't know if you're using Windows, we don't know if you're using Linux or Mac or some other type of version of Windows. But this particular website, and you're gonna have the link, please use the link I send you, will send you straight to this website, and it will pull the actual operating system that you have, the version that you have. As you see right here, it pulled Windows. So all you have to do when you get here, whatever your version is just simply click on download. As you can see, this is 3.11. That means it's the latest version of Python, so you won't have to do no updates and all that stuff. This is the latest version. And if you're a student that's already using Python, make sure you got the latest version. So go back and do an upgrade to get the latest version. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. Now, as you can see down here, once I clicked on it, it dropped down here. And all I have to do is click this arrow, and then click open. Now your computer, depending on whether it's a Linux or a Mac, may download to another place, but just remember, it's in your download folder, so all you have to do is go there and download it. Another important thing is this right here. Make sure you do add Python extension to the path. That's important, so click that box. Make sure you do that, because if you do not do that, you won't know where the Python ends up at. So we're gonna go ahead and click install now. Now, this particular process is fairly simple. It's quick. It drops Python down there. While that's doing that, I'm gonna jump back over here and talk about Zoom. If you need to get in contact with me, make sure that you send me an email first, and then we'll set up a Zoom meeting. Anything that you need to just have a discussion about the class, don't worry, I have you. We can take care of it. Just send me an email saying, hey, Professor, I'd like to meet with you, and we'll set up a Zoom meeting. Real simple, real easy. Let's take a look and see if we almost finished. Yes, we are almost finished. Okay, now that it's downloading, it's still downloading, gives me more time to talk about the rest of the class. So you pretty much got an idea about the class. Some of you are already in a discussion, had a discussion about, you've been in other programming classes, so you know what's expected. It's an 8-week class. It's not really, you don't have to really push a fast pace on it, but just make sure you pay attention to the syllabi. It's important. Now, right now, you got all the pertinent information in there. Just make sure you pay attention to the dates. You're gonna see the dates get more and more in order. Just make sure you pay attention to them. The most important thing is to read the actual book and then do the projects within the book. Please don't skip by anything. Stay on point. Don't skip by. If you come to assignments, or let's take a look at modules. We can come back to assignments. As you can see, the module section is pretty much in order. I don't know how much you'll see, but just make sure you cover everything within the section. If you are clueless about anything, first look in the section, and then once you look in the section, then contact me if you have other questions. But I would always tell students to start with the sections, the module sections, because it's a better way to go. Let's see how we're looking. So we are done. It's successfully loaded. We're gonna close that. Now, as you can see, that was simple, that was fast. Once I get the other thing down, I'm gonna show you that we have Python on the actual desktop. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here to the next link. Like I said, I'm gonna send you both of these links. Now, I like to use PyCharm because that's a better way of programming for me. But I know other people got their own preferences, but you'll see a lot of professionals using this because it's really simple. The link I'm gonna send you, you're gonna see Windows here, but you can also see Mac and you can see Linux too. But understand here, if you want to check out the system requirements, installation, you can do that too. Do not, let me say that again, do not click on download the professional version. Only time you should be using the professional version if you out there working in the field and you getting paid money, then you use this. It's a whole lot of more bells and whistles within here, but that's when you use that one. Now, what I want you to click on is the community version because that's a real good version. Now, this is gonna take a while to load, so I'm gonna stop this video. You're not gonna know it, but I'm gonna stop it and come back. As you can see, it dropped down, and I'm gonna say open when done. Okay, we're back. Now it's here. So all we have to do is run the command. Let's go ahead next. In here, you basically just gonna follow the steps next. And we wanna put some on the desktop so we can see that. So we're gonna click on that box there. Don't check anything else, just put it on the desktop, next, and then just say install. Okay, so now it's running through the installation process. This is a really good application. that point. I don't need to check this box. I'm just gonna say finish. So we just dropped down 2 important apps that you need to be able to do your programming inside the class. Like I said, this is Python. You need this on your computer to do any Python programming. And this is just an app that makes programming a lot better. It's an IDE, and it makes configuring and programming on your system a lot better. So now I don't need these, so I'm gonna go ahead and just drop this down, and we're here. But I'm gonna open up the first thing. First thing I wanna see if, do I have Python on there? So let's go check, PY, and we see Python right here. We also see Charm right here too. So I'm just gonna open up Python, see if it's working well. And Python is right here working well. I'm not gonna type anything in. I'm gonna go here also and then open up PY and open up Charm. There it is. Click on it and give it a minute to open up. It opens up really quick and fast. Okay, so we have 2 applications that are dynamic. So let's explain this. This is when you want to just do some regular Python programming on your computer. I don't really use this. Some programmers do use it, but not me. But here, this IDE makes everything a lot better. So let's just take a look at this. Let's blow it up. Now you can go into the settings and make changes in here if it's too small and all that type of stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just doing a quick demonstration. So I'm gonna go here and click on new project. As you can see, when you get in a new project, it's a couple of things you need to do. First thing is you want to get a project a name. So instead of me deleting this, I'm just gonna put a 1 on the end for that to be my new project. And of course it's Python project 1. But you want to check in this box here to make sure you got the latest version. We know that the version we have was 3.11. It's here, so make sure you got the latest version. For those of you who have Python on your system, if you use this, you gotta make sure you put the latest version in here. That's the path, okay? That is a path. I'm gonna click create. Now, once I click create, it begins to install Python and update the path and all that on here. I'm gonna blow it up a little more so you can see it in here. Now, from time to time, it will put the main in there. So if it put main in there, that's gonna be hard for you to program with main because we start out with main. So I delete this main because it's giving me, what it's actually doing is giving me a program all ready to go, okay? Now, if I run this program, now watch this. I'm gonna go up and click run and say run main. Now, what it would actually do is run the program down here. That's what makes this IDE so unique and so powerful. As you can see, the command was PyCharm, and you can see it right there printed out. So if I go in there and change a name or something like that, it will change it, okay? But like I said, I would rather you just delete this out and build your own program. So let me go ahead and do delete right here and say yes to the delete. It's out, it's gone, it's gone. So what I'm gonna do now is just right click here, say new, file, and I'm gonna type in main again, PY, because you already know from reading the first chapter, this is what we start with. Now it is an empty program. I'm gonna go ahead and run a quick program. Let me see if my skills are together, and I'm gonna put in this, and I'm gonna say hello, and I'm gonna say world. As you can see, it's actually green, so you know it's working. Another thing about this, as you make mistakes, it will tell you what the mistake is. Now I'm gonna go ahead and run that and see what happens. And you can see it says hello world, and you see it right here. But it is a mistake in here, and I need to correct that mistake. I'm not gonna do it now because we could do that later on down the road. but there was a mistake in there. But it's still printed out my code right here. So that was just a quick, brief, short way of getting you an IDE. Remember, some of you had problems with getting the IDM because the folder was empty. And I told you that I was going to send you some. I just wanted to make sure everybody get in and see how many people would run into that problem. But I'm also seeing that some students already have a IDE, integrated development environment, on their particular computer already, okay? So just remember key points in this. So let's find out what was the key point. One, if you need to get in contact with me, use the Zoom, but first send me an email. Two, go through your syllabus and don't worry, whatever's not in there will be in there. Three, you have now an IDE that you can use, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. You have that now. And four, you have an outstanding professional PyCharm Integrated Development Environment tool that will actually check all your work and show you any problems that you may have with the code. I hope this helps you. That's what I'm here for. This is Professor Sistrom, and we'll get more into the dialogue when we meet up tomorrow. Now, if you can't make it tomorrow, don't worry about it. I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna send that out to you guys. But with that being said, this concludes this session. Bye-bye.